and you're going to learn why we use transitions. So why do we use transitions? Who knows? These are the 3 reasons why we use transitions. First, we use them to create smooth changes between our topics in each paragraph. Each paragraph is about something different, and we want to make sure that our writing flows together nicely and does not sound choppy. You don't want your reader to be reading something and realize that everything you're saying sounds like a list of things instead of something that goes very well together. They are the glue that holds our ideas together. While we move from each idea to another, we want to make sure that the reader follows through the whole time. They act almost like a bridge between 2 topics. So, when you're starting to look at your own writing, your paragraphs, the transitions between your paragraphs should be smooth. They should clearly move from one idea to the next, and they should be used to organize your writing. So think of it when you make an outline and you have all of these different things you need to talk about in your writing. You need to use transitions to make them all fit together nicely. So sometimes I think of a transition like a bridge, and we use bridges to get from one side of the water to another. We use them and we move, they're just like moving one idea from the next. So when you're doing your own writing, think about how you can use them as a bridge from one paragraph to the next. This is exactly what you should not do. Here's an extremely bad example of a transition. So Mexico must stop the use of fossil fuels in order to save valuable farmland. Now I'm going to tell you about other effects of climate change in Mexico. The coastal cities in Mexico are flooding. Mexicans are in danger of losing their homes. As you can see, moving from one body paragraph to the next, this is not a good transition because it stops the reader and makes them think that there's a completely different thing starting instead of changing from one topic to the next smoothly. It is an abrupt, choppy stop, and that is what we are trying to avoid. So, when you move from one idea to the next without any transition, that makes it so the reader has a hard time following along, and they cannot understand what you're trying to get across. So, instead of using no transition, here are some awesome examples of transitional words and phrases that you can use in your writing to improve it. So as you're going through and trying to correct your transitions, or if you didn't use transitions, these are awesome examples of things you can use. Feel free to pause here on the video and insert these into your writing. Here are some photos of some dogs that are really excited about you using these transitional words and phrases. So we have although, furthermore, moreover, also, and in addition, and for phrases as well as, on the other hand, as a matter of fact, and equally important. And don't ever forget to use your comma. All right, so I have 2 examples here, one on this page and one on the next, of some really good transitions. So if you wanted to, you could use these transitions in your own writing to make it better. So the drought in Mexico will continue to get worse unless they stop using greenhouse gases. On the other hand, Mexico has planned to fight climate change. Right there, before I introduce this piece, this claim that I'm going to have for my next paragraph, I'm changing from one idea, on the other hand, and changing to talk about how Mexico has a plan to fight climate change. But I'm not telling you what the plan is yet because I'm trying to get you ready for what I'm about to say. This is a really good technique to use in your writing so that the reader can see that you're changing topics, but also can follow along with your ideas. And here's a really cute picture of a baby husky. And now here we have Miss Rena Keys' example with the country that she used for her essay, which was Egypt. And here she talks about how she uses this is the transfer from her last body paragraph into her concluding paragraph. And it's very well done because that is a really hard transition to make. So, creative solutions like this are what Egypt needs to respond to climate change. Here she uses her transition. Egypt will need help, however. Although Egypt's people are trying to find ways to live with the consequences of climate change, as isolated individuals or communities, they will not be able to adapt quickly enough. So, in the time that she transitioned from one idea to the next, she kept the reader all along with her the whole time. And that is what transitions are doing. They're used to help you, and they're used to help the reader understand what you're writing, what you're trying to say in your writing. I hope that this video will help you, and good luck with your transitions.